Welcome everybody to another World of Tanks replay. My name is Maxwell and this replay is from the user Diozatian. Diozatian, probably pronouncing that incredibly incorrectly, but he's driving the T29 on an encounter battle on Muravanka. And as you can see, he is a tier 7 in a tier 9 battle. He is actually the only tier 7 on his team, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now, when you spawn as the lowest tier, especially tier 7 to tier 9 in a battle, the tendency is just to think, well, this is a lost cause, let's just suicide throw with death or camp at the back or not really get involved in the battle. But as this replay is going to show, all you really need to do is just have the common sense and the good luck to spawn as the right tank on the right map, and you too can be a hero to your team despite spawning in the lowest tier possible. I'm only joking, but yes, this game is going to be pretty damn good, and it's going to show that using your tank strengths, even when you are the lowest tier, can really help your team. So as you can see, the enemy team's gone for a very early cap rush. Maybe not necessarily going to try and cap out, but they've got tanks in that position very early on. You can see there's already an Object 252 and an IS-3 playing around that corner there, and a T10 in the cap circle. Looks like the Object 252 has also moved into the cap circle now. So this is something that the Allied team is going to have to think about. And having a quick look at the mini-map, you can see that also they look a little bit outnumbered on that right-hand side. Does mean that, oh, lovely shot into the side of the IS-3 there. IS-3 tried to come forward but showed way too much of his side, and he backs off behind the hill now. So you can see that they do outnumber the enemy on this flank. Oh, has a little shot back and actually penetrates that one. Doesn't take any damage in return, thanks to the very, very well-armoured turret of this tank. Looking to get shots on who he can. And like I said, with them being heavily outnumbered on that right-hand flank, they're going to have to push reasonably quickly over here in an effort to try and even up the scales a little bit. Trying to get a hit on the object there. Does spot a pilot in the background, but just gets blocked by the Liberty. Not able to land a shot there. He's going to try and look for somebody else. The IS-3 is just poking the corner there. Almost takes a hit from the Oho. That one doesn't quite find its mark. Maybe the Oho was firing at somebody else, because that one seemed pretty damn high. If the Oho has got a derp gun, he is going to be able to damage the T29, despite him having the ridiculously heavy armor. Looks like the T95 and the other Japanese heavy have just decided that they've had enough of it, the Type 4, and they've just gone in. Did bounce a shot on the rear of the T10 there, probably only hit the engine deck. Not quite able to do very much damage there. Was able to get a great hit on the rear of the T10. A little bit of ramming damage onto the object there. And that is the cap circle all dealt with just in time for them to lose the right-hand flank. So now they are all in the cap circle. Well, not all, but most of them. Oh, a little bit slow reactions there. I do that oftentimes as well. Have a shot and then take it like half a second too late for it just to miss. Having a look on the right-hand side at this pilot. Does take his track out, but not quite able to get one through his armor. He has racked up a hell of a lot of assistance damage, though. This pilot is getting absolutely obliterated. Can he put one through himself? He can indeed. You can see the party is arriving from the right-hand side. There's a couple of tanks making a beeline across there, including the T54 and the M46 Patton. Those tanks are going to be dangerous if they don't pay attention to them at some point. Got a beautiful hit on the commander's hatch of the M103, and here comes the Patton. He's coming in, does get a reset. I think it's only our player Tian here that hasn't been reset. There we go, he gets reset as well. And this one will probably not end via cap. T95 takes out a Scorpion G. Alright, didn't even realise he was in the back there. Having a look up towards the very lucky shot on the side of the Super Pershing's turret there as he was falling back. But that's what the game tends to be. About 2/3 skill and 1/3 luck. Trying to get a shot on the M103, but not quite able to find a weak spot. Super Pershing coming all the way over the top, trying to get a hit on this T29 on Tian, but not able to find anything. This M103 squaring off against the T95 now, and he doesn't know really what to do with himself. Trying to angle against the T95 as he has that 750 Alpha gun. Mediums are still pressuring on the right-hand side, but these two guys are just going to try and power down this M103. He can't really decide who to look at. Trying to outmaneuver the T95, but he's just keeping him in focus here. Tian does have shots on him. Can he get another one? Nope, that was a little bit laggy there. Must have been suffering from a little bit of lag. And that's all dealt with. It's now time to look at the medium tanks on the right-hand side. This game's all even at 9 kills to 9, although the Allied team is a little bit spread out. Having that Udez and that Rheinmetall in the top corner there. If they get singled out, this could spell bad news for the Allied team, but it looks like Tian is a little bit ignored over here. He gets a great kill on that M46 Patton. Nobody really paying attention to him here. He's in a great hold-down position. Finds the T28 HTC. He's looking over here, but he can't get a damaging shot. Focuses in on his weak spot, which is those little machine gun turrets on the side. He does take him out, but he gets ammo racked by the T29. He did have his repair kit still, though, so just uses that one. And this is very quickly becoming a carry situation. Squaring off against a T54. There's going to be no way that he can damage a T54. Did block a shot from the T54. That one didn't actually show up in the hit log. Even though you could hear it was definitely heat. You could hear that sizzle as it just bounced off. Great shot through the T29 there. T29 trying to use his turret armor as well to his advantage, but he's putting way too much of his tank out. The lay of the terrain there doesn't really allow him to get anything. And he gets another hit through the front there. Tian now switching up to APCR because, you know, like I said, this is a carry situation. Losing at 11 kills to 12. He's already done himself 4,000 damage. Doesn't want to lose this one. Does take another hit from the T54. That one just AP. Maybe the first one hit the gun or something. But then he would have had a damaged gun. Sneaks that one right through the front of the turret thanks to the high penetration on the APCR of the T29, which is, in fact, 245 pen. So, not fantastic. It is a decent pen because it is APCR ammunition, but it's not game-breaking. We managed to even this one up at 12 kills to 12. You can see the enemy T95 going for the Udez over there. That's a little bit of a battle there. Allied T95 squaring off against the Tiger 2 here. He is just turtling up in the cap circle there. T95 still not able to get a shot here. Tian decides to go for broke. He bounced a shot from the T54 and he's going to try and take out this Tiger 2 before he reloads. Very lucky to bounce a shot from the T54 there because he has a very quick reload of around about 6 seconds. So surprising that this T54 can't take him out. To be honest, the T54 has probably ran out of heat ammunition, which is probably what is wrong here. T95 now squaring off against the Allied T95. And they are now winning, and they are now drawing again. And this is going to be a hell of a battle here. 1,000 health T95 versus a 400 health T29. And any day of the week, you would almost certainly give this to the T95 because it can just turtle up in that cap circle. Tian gets a great shot through his side there. Switches to AP, but then decides to switch back to APCR. This is almost certainly the situation when you want to be carrying, using the APCR, squaring off against a Tier 9 tank destroyer, and one as tough as the T95. Not quite able to get a shot through the commander's hatch there, or just one of the hatches on top. Looks like the T95 is trying to turtle behind the corpse of the Oho. Maybe trying to push him into the cap circle so they can start a base capture and force the issue. But it looks like he's not got the engine power to pull that one in. Not quite able to find a shot on the top there. Trying to find another one, but he's got to be really careful about exposing too much of his tank here. To be honest, this T95 has good enough pen to be able to go through weak spots of the turret. That one didn't go through, though. Still firing AP ammunition. Tian decides to go for broke here. Going to try and reposition himself. Move down the hill, but the T95 uses that opportunity to come out as well and get himself into the cap circle. He's got to be feeling pretty confident, considering the only shot he took was when he exposed his side armor, and the rest of his shots from the front have all bounced. Tian trying to lure him into firing a shot and hopefully bouncing. Although, like I said, if he fires APCR ammunition, he may very well be able to go through the front plate, the front of the turret. Oh! That one bounced. And that was APCR. And Tian uses this opportunity to come in and try and get around the side of the T95. You can tell he's nervous here because the camera really messes up, as you can see. So I'm going to take control of this one for the time being And to be honest, I had no idea that the T95 was such a fast tank when it came to traversing. Is able to get the tracks taken out though. I'm now going to wait up on the hill. Try and go for a shot that takes out his track and some hit points. But as you can see, the T95 probably has full repair crew and maybe mounted a repair toolbox, because that was a very, very fast repair there. Going to try and go for it again. Can he get a shot through the rear armor? Not quite able to find a damaging shot there. And this one's descending into a little bit of handbags at dawn. Not quite able to find anywhere where he can put any damage in. To be honest, he can probably just fire at the rear armor, even sloped as strongly as it is. Or he may have just messed up with this little reverse here. Nope, not quite. He's got to be careful with the weight of the T95. He could have very easily tracked himself there. Decides to go for the safe bet. And takes out the track again. Going to try and keep himself in position so that he can keep shots on the rear armor. Is able to find another shot there. And really, this T95 is doing everything he can. He's doing everything right, but there isn't really that much for him to do. And there it is. That's all she wrote. That is the final shot of the game, and that is all he needed. So absolutely awesome game played there by Diozatian, picking himself up 6,000 damage. Not only that, almost 4,500 damage blocked and almost 1,500 assistance damage, 5 kills, and carrying his team to victory at the end there. So awesome game played by you. Absolutely awesome use of the T29's strengths and powers. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, send that into replay@screenreality.com. The link for that is in the description. I've been Maxwell. This has been a Wall of Tanks replay, and I will catch you guys next time.